Okay, so we're going to talk about daily maintenance on the boiler. Daily maintenance on the boiler is pretty easy. Primarily consists of putting coal in the hopper and pulling the ash out of the ash pan. I always check what our manometer reading is to make sure we've got good draft, and we do because we just serviced this boiler. And then also up here at on the gauge, I also check to make sure our pressure is somewhere between 10 and 20 psi on the top gauge. And on the bottom, it's just a manual indication of what's being read out right here. So the first thing I do is take a look at the hopper and figure out how much coal I think I'll need. This looks like it's going to need one bag. So I go out here and I grab a bag. I keep the knife that I use to cut the bags open right up here on a hook. We're going to first start, we're going to pour this coal into a bucket, and we're going to be looking for anything odd, make sure it's the right size coal. We're burning buckwheat right now. And make sure there's not any big chunks in there that could jam our stoker mechanism. So we're going to watch that as we pour it in the bucket. The other thing with this bucket that I have right here is it's got holes drilled in the bottom. That way if there's any moisture or water in here, you're not pouring that right into the stoker. If it is wet, take it, set it aside, let it dry out for a little while, because that water mixes with the little fine particles of coal, and it makes kind of this concrete type, real thick, heavy sludge, which also can jam the stoker. To make it easier, I pour about half of the coal into the bucket at a time. It makes it easier to pick up and dump in. Now once I've done that, I grab myself a clean, empty ash bit bucket, which I usually keep just off to the side, either over there or over here. I open the ash door, and I pull out the ash bin, the full ash bin. Like that. And I put the new one in, and then I try to work quickly because the boiler is running. You'll get some sulfur smell from the coal from the coal burning. You don't want too much of that in the room. If it's something that's going to take a long time, you really should shut the boiler down by switching off and going through the shutdown process. But that's about all there is. The next step is to take this outside, dump it in the bin. I'll grab you guys out there, or Jess, or whoever's watching, and we'll go ahead and dump that. Okay, so we use this trash bin to put our daily ash collection into. So how we do that here? Take our ash like this, and we just dump it right in here and try to avoid the clog. There. That's all we gotta do.